And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV for what is round number 7 of 10 here for the Northwest Racing Association. It's the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models. Tonight we come to you from Charlotte in North Carolina, home of the World Finals, where all dirt track roads lead to. Here at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Brett Wheeler joined alongside Stephen McMillan. Stephen, it's good to have you back in the booth, buddy. Thanks again for the second time. You're going to make it 3 in 2 days. You're going to save my bacon here.
Definitely. It's definitely not going to be cooked by the end of the weekend, that's for sure.
Oh, saving my bacon not only tonight but also tomorrow night. But for now, we get set for qualifying to wrap up. And coming into tonight, let's take a look at the point standings. And going off the first 6 weeks, it has been a Connor New dominance here this season. He's picked up 4 feature wins, and he is back with the lead with 663 points. Then there is a 57 gap, 56. No, it was right. 57 point gap back to Colton Zimmer, Lyndon Whitfield, Cameron Case, and Dylan Wilson picks up your top 5. Hayden Tolson, Scott Fritz, Bo Krebs, Tyler Burrow, and Tristan Sykes. But Steve, we're getting ready to go racing here at the dirt track at Charlotte for the first of 3 heat races on the program. We'll take a look at heat race number 1. Your starting lineup is going to look like this. Hayden Tolson lines up on the pole position. Lyndon Whitfield in the 21 will start from position number 2. Position number 3 will be the 168 car, Bo Krebs. He'll start alongside Matt George in the 23 from position number 4. Position number 5 in the 10D, that'll be Dustin Price from 6 to 159 of Bowden Brandt. Position number 7 will be the 11 car of Shane Yates. The 26 of Matt Fletcher lines up out of position number 8. And Dustin Glenn, the 24 machine, lines up out of position at number 9. Now, Steve, your first time here. Now, what these guys do, there is basically the fastest qualifier gets a chance to take some money. Now, it was taken last week, and so far it's been taken and claimed 2 times this season by Dylan Wilson. However, for the 3rd time, now they invert 4. So, your fastest qualifier, Hayden Tolson, is going to take the money, which means he's going to go from the 4th starting position. So, what that'll do now, Steve, is that'll put Matt George on the front row alongside Bo Krebs.
Well, that's going to be a little excitement there. As lights will go out in the pace truck, Brett, we're fixing to go green flag race the next time around.
Yeah, the dirt track at Charlotte playing host to round number 7 of the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models. Here presented by Northwest Racing Association. Again, the invert, Hayden Tolson. He's taken the $10, so he gets some sort of money back for the fastest qualifier here at the dirt track at Charlotte. And coming into tonight, he was 6 in the point settings. That is without the drop weeks. Look at Lyndon Whitfield on his inside. He's 3rd in the point standings without the drop week, so there's a lot to play for these guys. Bo Krebs trying to get a jump on the outside, but it'll be Matt George to lead us off turn number 4, and we're green flag already just like that, Steve. We're 3 wide down into turn number 1.
3 wide off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Look at Bo Krebs. He goes to the inside of Matt George. Side by side at the line. Give it to Matt George for lead lap number 1 here at Charlotte.
Here comes Tolson to the outside, gets by Dustin Price and Lyndon Whitfield. Top 4 lock themselves into the main event. Bo Krebs now coming after Matt George for your race leader. Winner of this one will start on pole of tonight's 50-lap A main event. As now Krebs going to slide up across to the front of the 23 entry of Matt George. And now Matt George works it back down to the inside, down into turn number 3.
Well, this is the first time I've ever seen Matt George. He's fast, it looks like tonight, and that's good to see. It's Bo Krebs in that 2nd spot, riding his tail pocket there off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, too wide for that 3rd spot. Give it to Hayden Tolson. Tolson runs the middle line right now. George, your race leader at the line. We got 6 to go.
6 to go. George still the race leader. Here comes Tolson now down to the inside on Bo Krebs. And now look at Dustin Price working down to the inside, looking for position number 3. They'll go 3 wide off turn number 2 as they start just to get themselves in a little bit of a rhythm as Bo Krebs trying to make a power move back by Hayden Tolson. Meanwhile, Lyndon Whitfield just to the right of your screen in the 21 car coming up the Price as Krebs gets a little tight and Tolson's going to get the tub out and go around the outside.
Oh, there's Bo Krebs. He dug it deep. He sold it cheap on the high side on the exit turn number 2, allowing Tulsa to clear him now in turn number 3. They better watch out. Here comes Lyndon Whitfield into that 3rd spot as Bo Krebs battles back on the high line. 3 laps to go, and heat race number 1 for Matt George.
Georgia race leader from Tolleson. Krebs in position number 3. Problems there for Price. And now in comes Matt Fletcher in the 26 machine. He'll now move into position number 4. Shane Yates also in a 4-way battle for that final transfer spot. There's a lap and a half to go. We'll watch this battle for positions number 4, 5, 6, and 7 as the white flag is out. 1 lap left to go for Matt George.
George, the final time, bringing them on the high side of 1 and 2 off of turn 2 down the back straightaway for the final time. George, Tolson, Krebs, your top 3. Here goes Tolson. He digs it. George crosses back underneath, and Matt George will win. He raced number 1. Tolson and Krebs rounds out your top 3 with Fletcher and Whitfield rounds out your top 5. So your future results: Matt George, Hayden Tolson, Bo Krebs, Matt Fletcher, later Whitfield, Dustin Price, Shane Yates, Dustin Glenn, and Bone Brandon.
There you go. You getting it?
And I am. Heat race number 2 looks like this. Colton Zimmer and Cameron Kaysen on your front row. Row number 2 will be Jeremiah Johnson and Paul Servino.
There you go.
Then you got Anthony Roselli in car number 7, and Joseph Grady to his outside of FVT. Jason Salter in the 10, and Jason Deal to his outside. And your final start tonight, Andrew Olson. Another 10 laps, top 4 going to the future, Brett.
And don't forget
pace cars. Damn.
I was going to say, don't forget about the inversion as well. So Colton Zimmer will go to the outside of the second row. That'll put Paul Savino in the 8 machine to the pole position. Green flag is out. Heat race number 2. And just like that, we'll take another top 4 to the main event. Heat number 2 is underway.
Off turn number 2. Look at Paul. He pulls out in front into turn number 3. You got Kaysen and Johnson and Zimmer. Zimmer all down the back bumper of Johnson there. Johnson trying to make it work on the inside, or they're off at turn number 2.
Yeah, just watching Colton Zimmer in the 20 car, second in the point stand he's coming into tonight, so he needs to get a move on. He needs to move up through this field as we continue to put another lap into the books. We're 2 down, 8 to run. Zimmer goes by Cameron Kaysen. Here comes Jason Salter now down to the inside, gets past Joseph Grandy. Now pulls up alongside the 18 of Cameron Kaysen as now Grandy comes back and Salter down the front straightaway.
Ball lead the way, run about 3 car length advantage over Jeremiah Johnson. Colton Zimmer in that 3rd spot there. Kaysen in 4th. And now Zimmer looks to the inside of Johnson. Can't make it stick there. As right now, the high side's the dominant line here at Charlotte as they head down the back straightaway. Coming to 5 to go. We're fixing to be halfway down, halfway to go here in heat race number 2.
Well, everybody playing nice here in heat race number 2. We'll still have one more heat to come after this one. And then, of course, that will lock in 12 drivers into the main event. And we'll take the top 6 in the 2B mains, which will be contested over 10 laps. Another lap in the book, 6 down, 4 to run for Paul Savino, Jeremiah Johnson, Colton Zimmer, and Cameron Kaysen, your top 4.
Into turn number 3, got Paul right there. We're about 2 car length advantage over Jeremiah Johnson. Pretty much single file still. All the way through the field, Brett. As you said, they're playing nice right now. But, you know, they have to make the top 4. Right now on the bubble is Cameron Kaysen. Kaysen on that bubble, coming to 2 laps to go here in heat race number 2.
He just missed the slider from Colton Zimmer on Jeremiah Johnson in 3 and 4, so the 20 car makes quick work of the 17. Now they'll come to the white flag off turn number 4. Paul Savino leading the way at the moment. He'll have 4 turns to start on the outside of Matt George in tonight's main event, but here comes Zimmer. Boy, nearly drove up into the side. He backed out of it, so Paul Savino in that D1RT number 8 machine will come off turn number 4, and he will start on tonight's front row in your 50 lap A main event. Heat race number 2 done and dusted for the evening as we get set for what is heat race number 3 here in a moment. We'll take a look at your official results as heat number 2 finishing up. Paul Savino, Colton Zimmer, Jeremiah Johnson, Cameron Kaysen in your top 4. Back to Joseph Grandy, Jason Salter, Jason Dill, Anthony Roselli, and Andrew Olson, the 9 drivers. Heat race number 3, lining up like this. Dylan Wilson in the 80 machine will start on pole to the outside of the front row, the 35 entry of Tyler Burrow. Position number 3 with the 10 car of Connor New, your points leader. He'll start alongside Scott Fritz in the 48 from position number 4. Position number 5 with the 23 car of Thomas Vickers. From 6, the 99 of Tristan Sykes. From 7, the 15 of Austin Good. From 8, the 98 to Michael Kennedy. And Scooter Black in the 5 lines up out of position number 9. Again, Steve, we go with the inversion. Dylan Wilson goes to position number 4, but that puts, Dylan Wilson goes to the 4th spot, and that'll put Scott Fritz and Connor New on the front row.
Well, lights are out. We're fixing to go green flag racing for heat race number 3. We're racing. Going into turn number 1. Scott Fritz leads the way. A gaggle of cars off of turn number 2. Brett, this is fixed to be exciting.
Oh, New just caught the tyre down in the middle of turn number 3 and 4, and he nearly took out the 48 car of Scott Fritz, so keep an eye on the 10. Your points leader coming into tonight. See if he can hold on. Here comes Tyler Barrow around the outside. They'll go 3 wide down into turn number 3. Wilson gets by the 23 car of Thomas Vickers. Vickers will now turn it back underneath. They go 3 wide. And now the 35 of Tyler Barrow looking to transfer into the main event. Meanwhile, Vickers and Zimmer synchronized slide jobs on Dylan Wilson.
Wilson now in that secured. That's, well, now I'm kind of lost here. Vickers secures that second spot there. Looking at the wrong screen there momentarily. As Dylan Wilson in that 4th spot now looks underneath Connor New off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, they're side by side. We got 3 wide action a little further back in the field. Coming to 6 laps to go in your final heat race of the night. Connor New looks to the inside, can't make it happen, as Wilson is all over the back bumper of Connor New.
Yeah, Dylan Wilson 5th in the standings after 6 weeks of competition here in the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models. Meanwhile, it's been a Connor New dominance, winning 4 of the 6 weeks so far. But out in front and dominating heat race number 3 is the 48 car of Scott Fritz. All you got to use is code Fritzy.
Coming out, go. Vickers New, your top 3. Dylan Wilson looks to the inside of Connor New off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. A drag race into turn number 3. Wilson inches ahead momentarily, but New battles back on the high side. Give New that 3rd spot. 3 laps to go for Scott Fritz. Thomas Vickers, Connor New, your top 3 here at Charlotte in heat race number 3.
Yeah, Dylan Wilson right there with them as well, so you can really throw a blanket over the top 4. And they're broken away from 5th place driver of Tyler Barrow in that 35 machine. It's almost back to a second, back to position number 5. So as long as you're top 4, Steve, don't do anything silly here in the final lap and a half. New going to go around, and we'll go yellow. And that will just change everything. Steve, I was just saying, as long as they don't do anything silly, all 4 drivers were going to transfer.
Green, white checker. This restart will be for heat race number 3. As the piece car, as you look at the replay on your screen there, looks like Dylan Wilson just barely tags him in the rear, and around goes that number 10.
Yeah, watch him get a little sideways just there, going down in turn. Not sure if that was the first bit of contact there from Dylan Wilson in the 80 machine, but I can tell you right now, looking at the timing and scoring, Dylan's pretty much an honest guy. He'll tell you whether he's got to go to the back of the field or not, and well, that he does, so he'll line up behind the 10 car of Connor New. So now that changes everything, Steve. Scott Fritz, Thomas Vickers, Tyler Barrow, and Tristan Sykes are now your top 4.
All right, the pace car is in. Going to be green, white, checkered. And Scott Fritz fires in the middle of 3 and 4. We're back to racing the heat race number 3. Into turn number, coming out turn number 2, it's Fritz, Vickers, and Barrow, your top 3. Down the back straightaway, and it looks like Scott Fritz having some problems there.
Yeah,
white flag in air.
It's always tough for the car behind as well. So Fritz is having those mechanical issues. They work into 3 and 4 for the final time. Vickers obviously didn't want to get too close with the Fritz having those issues, but they'll come off turn number 4, Steve, and just like that. Well, we've managed to get through the 3 heat races on the program, and we've still got a couple of B mains to come up. So I'll let you take us through our our heat race number 3 results.
Picking up the win would be Scott Fritz. Thomas Vickers is 2nd. Tyler Barrow in 3rd. Tristan Sykes in 4th. Michael Kennedy there in 5th. Austin Good, Scooter Black, Connor New, and Dylan Wilson rounds out the 9-car field as we get ready for your C-Main action, your top 6 going to the future.
All right, well, I'll let you go through the starting lineup for B main number 1.
Lyndon Whitfield be on a pole with Michael Kennedy there in the number 98. Row number 2. It's going to be Jason Salter and Shane Yates. Row number 3. It's going to be Scooter Black and Anthony Roselli there. The 159 Bowden Brandon there and Dylan Wilson roll off 8th.
That's it.
That is your 8-car starting field here tonight for LCQ number 1. Pace car is in. 15 laps to distance, Brett. Top 6, 2 going home.
2 going home in B main number 1. Lyndon Whitfield says, let's go race some boys here at the dirt track at Charlotte as 15 laps is on the board. Kennedy to the inside of Whitfield as Jason Salter is your race leader down into turn number 3 for the first time. Salter will slide it up in front of the 21 car. Again, keep an eye on the 80 car of Dylan Wilson. Qualified 3rd quick here tonight, so he'll have a point to prove after getting into the back of Connor Newman. He raced number 3 just a few moments ago, Steve.
Definitely as Salter continues to lead the way in the middle, 3 and 4 off of exit turn number 4. Coming down to 13 to go, Whitfield, Kennedy, and Yates, your top 4. Kennedy looks to the inside of Whitfield momentarily. Can't make it happen now. Here comes Yates with the run on the outside. 2 by 2 there, second, third, 4th, and 5th. Brett, we got some action going on in LCQ number 1.
Yeah, that we do. Kennedy in the 98, Shane Yates in car number 11, battling for positions number 3 and 4. Bowden Brandt as there's contact with Kennedy. As here comes Bowden Brandt to the middle of the raceway. Wilson was on the low side. Wilson backed out of it, knows that, well, we've only completed so far, Steve, 4 to run, 4 down. There's still 11 laps here at the dirt track at Charlotte in round number 7 of the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association.
Scooter Black rounding out your field there on the tail end. As you know, he has to pass 2 cars if he wants to make it in. And right now, Dylan Wilson and Bowden Brandon, they're battling. The Wilson now up to 4th momentarily as Michael Kennedy battles back on the inside.
Geez, Kennedy and Wilson side by side. Roselli trying to get by Bowden Brand. That's for the final transfer position. Wilson are going to slide up in front of the 98 car, but Kennedy sweeps back around the outside. He'll reclaim position number 5 as, again, Wilson goes to the inside. Steve, I'm noticing there's 2 or 3 different lines already here at the dirt track at Charlotte. It makes it just a little bit mouth-watering to come later on for the 50-lap main event.
Definitely look at Jason Salter. He goes in the middle of the track and turns number 1, but he'll exit down on the lower end versus Whitfield exiting on the high side. And then it turns 3 and 4. You know, he's running a slider line a little bit, Jason Salter, and he looks pretty fast in this LCQ. Well,
so far, Jason Salter leading the way from Lyndon Whitfield. Shane Yates, that's your top 3. Michael Kennedy in the 98 in 4th. Dylan Wilson in 5th. And you go back to Bowden Brent in that 6th and final transfer position. And just like that, we're 10 down with 5 to run. Anthony Roselli in car 7 back there to position number 7. So he's on the outside looking as he comes after Bowden Brent in the middle of 1 and 2. Meanwhile, in front of them, Wilson trying to come after Kennedy in 3 and 4.
Coming to 4 laps to go for Jason Salter, your top 3. Pretty much on the high side there. You look at Kennedy now, almost looks to the inside of Shane Yates for that 4th position. As Dylan Wilson in 5th, gets a good run, gets in the back of Kennedy there on the front straightaway. Dylan Wilson to that 4th spot.
Just as we decided to go on board, that little incident happened there on the front straightaway as Bowden Brent now slides up in front of Kennedy. 2 to run for your race leader, Jason Salter, and the 98 car. 3 wide as here comes Roselli to the inside through turn number 1 and 2. Steve, there's a lap and a half to go for Jason Salter in car number 10.
Jason Salter is having a good run here, but right now on the bubble is Michael Kennedy there in the number 98 machine. He wants to finish in that 6th spot. White flag is out. Jason Salter leads the field into turn number 3. Coming out, turn number 4, picking up the win. It's going to be Jason Salter picking up the win with Lyndon Whitfield and Dylan Wilson. Shane Yates, rounds out your top 3.
Gonna say hats off to Anthony Roselli there. Could have driven Michael Kennedy very dirty in that final turn of B main number 1, but he didn't. Very respectable. So tip of the cap to the 7 car of Anthony Roselli. Unfortunately, he's going to be one of 2 cars that miss out in B main number 1. Jason Salter, Lyndon Whitfield, Dylan Wilson, your top 3. Shane Yates, Bowden Brent, Michael Kennedy will go through to the 50-lap main event. Anthony Roselli, Scooter Black, unfortunately, will miss out as we get set for the last B main of the evening, as Joseph Grady in the 518 machine will start on pole. The 10D of Dustin Price starts from position number 2. Austin Good in the 15 will line up out of position number 3. The 97 of Jason Dill lines up out of position number 4. Dustin Glenn in car number 24 will start position number 5. And Connor New in the 10 machine points leader will start from position number 6. Andrew Olson lines up the 23 machine from position number 7. And Dale Farnas in car 27 from position number 8. And Steve, just like that, the safety car is in. And our final B main of the evening.
6. We're going home here tonight. As they're side by side, Joseph Grady on the loud pedal. We're racing here in LCQ number 2. A good start for Joseph Grady. Dustin Price in the second spot. He's battling with Austin Good off of turn number 2. Give Austin Good that second spot as they head into turn number 3.
Gee, I think Connor New already showing his intentions to go to the bottom side. He's gone from position number 6 and he's moved into position number 3. Problems there for the 15 car of Austin Good. He's now on the outside looking in, along with the 97 car of Jason Dill. But again, keep an eye on that 10 car. But you watch right there, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th on screen is your top 3. Oh, they're broken away from the rest of the field.
Giving him some, what do you call it, some attention there as they're side by side for the race lead off of turn number 4. Grady leads them at the line. Price goes down low. Right now, Brett, you right from earlier saying there's 2 lines. It just don't look like 1 and 2. The bottom's the place to be, though, to get the job done on the pack.
Well, Connor New searching around in 3 and 4, and he just went 4 wheels in the fluff right up near the concrete wall, and boy, he closed in on the 10 car of Dustin Price. And look at that, immediately Dustin Price is going to go up there, as does Joseph Grady. So no doubt the spotters for the 518 and the 10 car of Joseph Grady and Dustin Price would have been told that, to relay that information as well. I'll go back to the top side, and again, that will open up the inside line here for Connor New to throw a slider on Dustin Price. Slide job complete, and Connor New looking very good here in B main number 2.
Well, Connor gets past Justin Price, but battles back on the high side. Meanwhile, the battle going on for 5th and 6th between Del Farnas and Dustin Glenn. I mean, they were beating the banging all down the back straightaway momentarily.
And here I was thinking Valentine's Day was only a couple of weeks ago, Steve. There's some right side romance love, and there was some touch and squeeze and feeling. As here comes Andrew Olson now in the 23s. Look at Dustin Glenn's car in the 24. Boy, that car looks beaten up, and a real chance and a real opportunity here for Andrew Olson to move into position number 6.
Joseph Grady coming down to 6 laps to go with Connor New in his hip pocket. He's going to look underneath them. Connor New right against the tractor tires there. He takes the lead off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. We have a new race leader in LCQ number 2. Grady in second. We got caution on the raceway. It looks like it's going to be for Dustin Glenn and Andrew Olson. Ooh.
Yeah, we're getting a look at this one. So Glenn slides up, comes down the racetrack into the side of the 23 car. And I've got to say, I think that's all on the 24 car of Dustin Glenn.
Heavy front end dip there. We got does caution give Joseph Grady the race lead back. Believe it.
Oh, that's what happens when you have a 4-year-old trying to talk to you on the broadcast. But I was just saying, Steve, the 518 car, we go back to the last recorded lap, so he goes back to the race lead. But tell you what, if I'm Joseph Grady right now, I'm probably a little nervous knowing that Connor New is restarting on the outside, considering that he's won 4 of 6 feature wins. And if I'm Joseph Grady, yes, I want to win the B-Main, but you're probably best off just letting the 10 car get around you and just follow in behind him, because you know, come that feature time, he's going to go to the front.
He to racing at LCQ number 2. He goes to the high side, turn number 3. There go New to the bottom. Off of turn number 2. They're going to be side by side down the back straightaway. Give Connor New the race lead. He slides in front of Grady off of turn number 4. 4 laps to go for Connor New.
Grady down to the inside into turn number 1 and 2. Joseph Grady not phased by the man that's picked up 4 feature wins so far this season in that number 10 machine, and he wants to put it to him just to say, hey, you know what, you might have been lucky so far 4 times this season, but I'm going to make it very difficult for you to get win number 5 as we've got 2.5 to go.
Oh, Connor New looked like he made a little bobble there off of turn number 2. That allows Grady to the inside. Grady going to slide up and can't clear him. 2 laps to go for Connor New. New flirting with the inside tires there, but he gets a good run off turn number 2. And here comes Dustin Price to the inside of Grady for second. New makes a mistake and gets into the wall. As white flag is out, 1 more to go.
Yeah, final B-Main of round number 7 of the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model sees Connor New lead the field after starting position number 6 here in B-Main number 2. He'll work his way off turn number 4. He will be victorious in the second B-Main. He's going to the show. Joseph Grady Hogan second, Dustin Price third. Fourth, we've got Austin Good, Dale Farnes, and Andrew Olsen. At the moment, unofficially, Steve will round out your top 6 drivers as we get set to take a look at the results, and then we'll throw it to a quick commercial break.
Connor New picking up the win. Joseph Grady gets second. Dustin Price in third. Austin Good in fourth. Dale Farnes in fifth. Andrew Olsen in sixth. Jason Dill in seventh. He's the first person to go home. And Dustin Glenn with a DNF in at number 24, coming home in that 8th position, Brett.
All right, well, we'll take a quick break here on Ultimate TV. There is a 3-minute warm-up session. But with that being said, we'll take this opportunity right now just to play a quick little commercial if you haven't seen on the R Racing social media pages what's coming next week. A micro sprint, but main event on the other side of this. And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV coverage of the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models here tonight at the Dirt Track at Charlotte, presented by Northwest Racing Association. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Steve McMillan, who has basically saved us for the second time in the space of about 3 hours. We get set to take a look at your starting lineup for tonight's 50-lap A main event. Matt George and Paul Savino will make up the front row. Row number 2 is going to be Scott Fritz alongside Hayden Tolleson. Row 3 will be Colton Zimmer and Thomas Vickers. Row number 4 is going to be Bo Krebs and Jeremiah Johnson. Row number 5 will be Tyler Burrow and Matt Fletcher. And row number 6, the drivers that transferred directly into the show, it's going to be Cameron Kaysen and Tristan Sykes.
Row number 7 be Jason Salter and Connor New, your LCQ winners. Row number 8 be Landon Whitfield and Joseph Grady. Row number 9 it be Dylan Wilson and Dustin Price. Row number 10 be Shane Yates and Austin Good. And your final row be Bowden Brandon and Del Farnes in the 27.
Yeah, we got one more right now.
Oh, one more. I was trying to make it a little short.
Yeah, sure.
Michael Kennedy. And then you got Andrew Olson rounding out your final row. Lights are going out, Brett. Matt George on the pole with Paul Carvino there. This is going to be kind of interesting because, to be honest with you, Brett, I've never seen Matt George bring a field to the green.
Well, I mean, he's been around a while, but he's just...
He has.
Again,
it's not no pun. I mean, I'm excited for him. That's what I'm saying. So don't take it as a pun. That's for sure.
He's shown, I mean, through the glimpses of the 6 weeks so far, he showed some good glimpses of speed in that 23 car. So look forward to seeing what he can do. 50 laps onto the board here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. Round number 7 of the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models. And we are green off turn number 4 in Matt George. Oh, boy. Problems there for Scott Fritz as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. We'll go 3 and 4 wide, nearly 5 wide. Down the back straightaway. Steve, my boys can't handle this.
Definitely 5 wide. Ooh, Nelly coming off of turn number 4. Woo! They may get through to complete that lap, and Matt George is loving what he sees in his rear view mirror, Brett, because he's pulling away while these drivers behind the battle, oh, they're beating the bag and sliding in every direction.
I'm trying to think how we're still green. That was hectic. There was 3, 4, and 5 wide. We're still 2 and 3 wide, mind you. Up near the front of the field, we'll nearly go 3 wide again for position number 4, 5, and 6. Tolleson slides up in front of Krebs and gets by Scott Fritz as Krebs into the back of Tolleson. Meanwhile, race leader is Paul Savino from Thomas Vickers and Matt George. Here comes Tolleson. Look at Jason Salter working the 10 machine to the low side as well. The gutter rat of the 10 car for D1RT Racing.
Definitely some good racing here in the Pro League. While Salter still digging it deep and trying to sell cheap off of turn number 2. 3 wide there for the 5th, 6th, 7th spot. Salter still stuck to the inside. Scott Fritz and Bo Krebs as your top 2 now pulled away from the rest of the field. That's Paul Covino and Thomas Vickers. Vickers the second on in the hip pocket as they come off of turn number 4. 14 laps to go in this future.
Gee, again, we're still 2 and 3 wide. This is pandemonium here in the opening. What has been 6.5 will make it 7 laps once they come down the front straightaway. Paul Savino is leading the way. Watch it right there. Lyndon Whitfield with 21. Colton Zimmer in car 20. Then you go to the outside, the 17 car of Jeremiah Johnson. Now Bo Krebs in the 168 machine. He throws his hat into the mix as he gets a little tight going down into turn number 3. And geez, Steve, they are wheeling and dealing, hustling and bustling around the Dirt Track at Charlotte.
He definitely. As Hayden Tolleson trying to down your top 2 there. Now, side action. Vito and Vickers. Vito at the line has it. Off of turn number 2, Paul. Vito leading the way. Vickers and Tolleson to match. And Scott Fritz are battling side by side. Give Scott Fritz that 4th spot. Vickers falls back to 5th. But he's battling back on the inside as they head into turn number 1. 40 laps to go for Paul Covino.
Well, the first 10 laps has been nothing short of spectacular. Watching the 80 car of Dylan Wilson, who has gone quick time this season twice, and both times he has taken the money. Right now, he's working through the middle of the raceway. He's got Matt Fletcher on the 26 to the inside, just in front of them. Look at Connor New in car number 10. He's trying to move his way inside the top 10 after getting second in that second last chance qualifier behind Joseph Grandy. Back down to the bottom goes the 21 car of Lyndon Whitfield. Are we still green? Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Austin Good, Cameron Kaysen there. Now the caution comes out. Cameron Kaysen stopping on the racing surface on turn number 2.
Andrew Olsen as well too, Steve, in the 23 car. Just having a look at instant replay. Oh yeah, that was Kaysen. That's a big time ride for the 18 machine. Oh, it just got hit from behind by Dustin Price, but again, no fault to Dustin there because there was some contact. There was a car slowing. It was Farnes. Dale Farnes in the 27 car just caught the wall, and unfortunately you see the end result also with Andrew Olsen in that 23 machine. You look at the right front. Steve, I'm going to say, it's not meant to be like that.
No.
But I tell you what I do know. We just went 13 and a half laps with 2, 3, 4, and 5 wide here at the dirt track at Charlotte in Pro Late Models. Wowee. And we're not done with just yet. You know what I want to see as well from these drivers? So I go back to Monday night with the Plum Wild Podcast Super Late Models. That was at Lucas Oil Speedway. We had a caution on lap number 3. From lap 4, we went green all the way until the checkered flag. 47 green flag laps in a run. It's possible to go 36 in Pro Late Models?
Yeah, definitely can.
I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I know they can.
Well, race leader got to choose inside or out. Looks like he chose inside for this car. We go back to green. Be 36 laps to go. Paul Cravino will bring the field back down to green flag. We're racing one more time. Good start from Paul Cravino. Look at Hayden Tolson and Thomas Vickers. They're battling side by side. Give Tolson the second off turn number 2.
And again, just keeping an eye on the points between the top 5 drivers. Of course, Connor New. Well, he's back there in position number 10. Colton Zimmer and Lyndon Whitfield, who are second and third in the championship. Colton Zimmer, he's right around Connor New in 12th position, as is Lyndon Whitfield. Cameron Kaysen at the tail end of the field, and Dylan Wilson also, he's around 11 spots. So Connor New, although he's in position number 10, he's got the 4 drivers behind him in the points series right around him.
Ooh, we got one sideways, so they save it. Oh, no. He's going around, and he's having some problems. That was Matt George in the 23, having some technical issues down the back straightaway.
Yeah, that makes it hard for the drivers around him as well, because we've seen it earlier on in the heat race with Scott Fritz as well. I think it was Thomas Vickers who was behind him and just didn't want to get too close there on that green-white checker. And, well, unfortunately, it was Connor New that started all that one.
Yep. Well, Brett, let's tell everybody the truth. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, what's wrong
You've been
with
telling
me?
everybody it's influenza.
I mean, we haven't got
Let's
that
tell
much.
the truth.
Steve, we haven't got that much time. Like, I mean, where do you want to start?
Well, what it was, people watching want to know what happened to you, Brett. You felt sorry for this little koala bear that was getting beat up by a kangaroo, and you went to save the koala bear, and the kangaroo bit you, and you got an infection.
Crikey. It was a drop bear, actually.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Lights are out.
Right, I'm going to let you bring us back to the green, because I'm just going to reply to something on social media.
All right, lights are out. Paul Cavito and Hayden Tolson. Restart on the front row. They're going to fire middle of 3. We're back to green flag racing. Paul Cavito clears Hayden Tolson. Cavito goes to the inside in turns 1 and 2. Off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Tolson gets a good run, goes to the inside. He's going to slide up in front of Cavito for the race lead, but at the line, giving Hayden Tolson lead that lap.
Well, Tolson will lead the lap, but again, he'll work around on the outside through turn number 1 and 2. Now he's got it clear down into 3, but here comes Savino back with a slider on Tolson. Tolson just the right rear quarter panel. Just grabbed the wall at the line. I think Hayden Tolson had it by about 17 one-thousandths of a second. Savino into the wall. Scott Fritz, your race leader.
And now we got a 5 wide.
Stop it.
Going into turn number 3, Brett. 5 wide. Can we do 6? 7?
Stop it. My voice can't handle it. I'm struggling as it is. Oh, no. New into the side of Savino. Dylan Wilson around.
One round.
Dylan Wilson in the 80 machine got turned by Matt Fletcher in the 26 car. Just, well, again, can we take a look at the replay here? Wilson checks up for the cars in front of him, and I guess Fletcher didn't really expect to see Wilson to check up to there, so Kennedy comes in late.
If you go into the in-car, I bet he don't really notice Wilson checking up until the last minute or last second. Probably had hardly any time to react.
Yeah, you can't even see that he's checking up. So again, but looking at the timing, it looks like Matt Fletcher is at the back of the field. So I guess
Yep, you got the UL.
You know the age-old question, Steve. You're responsible for the nose of your car in the rear of the car in front of you. So, look, it is what it is. We'll go with what the call was made. And how about Scott Fritz in the 48K? Use code Fritzy somewhere along the lines. Everybody knows to use code Fritzy.
Yeah. What about my friend Chuck Blake? I haven't heard from him in a long time.
Well, I mean, he's cheering for Scott Fritz as well.
He is.
This kangaroo
old name. This kangaroo will bite.
It will bite. It did bite, and god damn, it hurt.
Well, the caution was extended.
Yeah, I think they were just getting everybody lined up to where they should be.
That, or they may be.
Talk to me. Don't leave me hanging. Steve, I want to... this is a cliffhanger. I'm hanging by a moment. Good song, by the way.
I mean, they might have been maybe reviewing.
Yeah, okay, yep.
A little bit. How about Scott Fritz? He would choose the inside to be 29 laps to go. We'll go back to green flag racing.
So don't forget the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models round number 7 here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte, presented by Northwest Racing Association. And of course, tomorrow night, they've got the Bad Company Racing Pure Stocks live with Joe White and OSRN. That will be from the Lernerville Speedway, 10 o'clock Eastern. So make sure you check out Joe White, OSRN, OSR Network for that coverage of the Northwest Racing Association Pure Stocks as we're back to green. Steve, we've got 29 to run.
Oh, we got one in a wall. He's going to drop some spots back there. Not sure. It looked like maybe Jeremiah Johnson. Not too sure. But Scott Fritz leading the way with Vickers, Tolson, Burrow, and Krebs. Your top 5. Down on the very bottom is Tyler Burrow trying to make it work. We got caution. Shane Yates and Matt Fletcher looks like.
That wasn't even Fletcher's fault. That's he's just sort of stopping to miss that one. So it was the 11 car of Yates, just got a little crossed up, little sideways in front of the 159 car of Bowden Brandt in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. And the 11 car.
Being sent to the rear.
Who just got sent to the rear?
Bowden Brandt.
Okay, all right. All right, well, we'll let race control deal with that situation. We're not here for that. We're here to put on a broadcast. I mean, that's the beauty of, race control as well, Steve. They got multiple angles they can look at.
They do. They do. We only got a couple of angles. They got multiple angles. So they get to see a little bit more action than we do.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, Eddie Farnes does a wonderful job, not only on a Wednesday night, but he hosts 4 races throughout the week, Steve. Of course, it all starts on Monday night with the Plumwild podcast. Super late models will have 3 weeks left of that one, I think it is. In fact, it'll be 2 weeks next week at the Federated Auto Parts at I-55 Raceway, and then Volusia Speedway Park for the finale. That'll be 10 o'clock Eastern. On Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern, is going to be the Dergy Dig Performance Big Block Modifieds. That'll be live with Joe White and OSRN. That's got Eldora and Lucas Oil for the final 2 races of the season. Meanwhile, the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models, because it actually got pushed back a week. Next week, we're going to Cedar Lake, Volusia Speedway Park, and Lanier National Speedway before the Pure Stocks on Thursday. We'll finish up tomorrow night at the Lernerville Speedway, Lanier National Speedway, and then Volusia Speedway Park. So not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 races, Steve. You know as well as I do, it takes a lot to put on one night, let alone 4 nights.
Definitely does. Green flag back in air. Scott Fritz bringing the field down. 27 laps to go. Fritz to the hindsight. Vickers right there behind him as you got side-by-side action with Vickers and Tolson. Off of turn 2, down the back straightaway in turn number 3. Hayden Tolson on the inside, pushes up on exit, all over Vickers there. Good job. And they're still beating the bank going in turn number 1.
Yeah, right side romance, loving, touching, squeezing, feeling, boys. Valentine's Day was 2 weeks ago. There's no need to get frisky here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Vickers and Tolson again at the line. Hayden Tolson just had it. Vickers now goes to the inside. Tyler Burrow sneaks his way into a top 5, and they were 4 wide in the middle of 1 and 2. Now they're 3 wide down the back straightaway. Come on, TB. Come on, Tyler Burrow. I don't want to play favourites, but I'm rooting for you, TB.
Tyler Burrow right now scored that 4th position, but look out, Jason Salter. He was digging it deep there in turns 1. As Vickers now in that 2nd spot. Tolson on the hot side in 3rd. Tyler Burrow battles back. He's in that 4th position. Colton Zimmer now rounds out your top 5.
Gee, this battle between Vickers and Tolson, they are just getting aggressive on the sliders. I mean, how do you want to look at this one? Do you want to look at the battle of the slide jobs?
Oh,
Kaysen in the 18. Yep, spotted it just as you did as well, Steve. It was Fletcher that got him, I think. Oh, 3 wide. Fletcher just gets into the right side of the rear bumper. Gee, I was going to say, man, where do you want to look, Steve? Do you want to look at Vickers and Tolson throwing sliders? Or do you want to look at Burrow, Salter, Zimmer go 3 wide? I mean, it's hard to pick.
Hard to pick. We don't have enough show 'em.
Oh, and I actually turned my laptop off. And that's only because it was about 100 Fahrenheit here before. So turn that off and put a fan on because it is hot. You know what else is hot, Steve? Now be careful when you say this. The racing. So we have 29 down, 21 to go for your race leader of Scott Fritz, and you got to wonder if this is going to play in the favour of Scott Fritz, because I know I'm pretty sure this week the officials, the super late models, are at the dirt track at Charlotte. So no doubt these guys will have their setups on point at the moment. I was actually watching Cody Nevin do a super late model race last night. Ended up finishing 4th. But the lights are out, Steve. We've got 21 to go. You good, buddy?
I'm trying.
You trying? You having a coughing fit, are you?
Yep.
My sickness ain't that contagious, is it? We're on the other side of the world. All right, the 48 of Scott Fritz comes back to the green. Gee, look at Tolson trying to get a run on the inside there. Oh, Vickers out on that restart, but just like that, your top 3 get away from the rest of the field. Meanwhile, Jason Salter looks down to the low side through 1 and 2. He'll get up alongside the 20 car of Colton Zimmer. Burrow in position number 4. Look at Dale Farnas. I'm pretty sure Dale Farnas is one of the hard chargers here so far. Yeah, Stevie's plus 15.
Yes, plus 15, that 7th spot. Right behind Jason Salter.
So Farnes has come from that second last row to find himself well inside the top 10, almost closing in on the top 5 as here comes Connor New in the 10 car. Meanwhile, Farnes just having some issues down the back straight away. Got to be careful because there's your points leader as well. Now, he looks to get those sorted out as we work in to put in lap number 32 in the books. And back up front, look at your top 3 again. Fritz and Vickers side by side. There was contact off turn number 2. Here goes Vickers down to the inside. Looks for the slaughter. He had to pull it up because otherwise that could have gone horribly wrong for the 23 car.
Good race going with a 3. Fritz in the wall there. He leads them into turn number 3. All 3, the top 3 on the high side, ripping lip. All Fritz got stuck on the wall again. That's going to bunch up your top 3 as Tulsa gets in the back of Vickers there momentarily. As Tyler Burrow on that 3rd spot, Jake Salter, Zimmer rounds out your top 6. You got Connor New up to 7th. And now Tulsa to that 3rd or 2nd spot battle with Vickers. Vickers to the inside. Brett Witts.
15.
What's going on all over?
Yeah, 15 to run for Scott Fritz. Boy, wouldn't this be a win for the Majula C Speed Shop camp at the 48 car. Gee, you know the social media pages are going to go absolutely crazy with using code Fritzy if he gets the win here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. Meanwhile, Tolson back by the 23 car as they work down into 3. But Scott Fritz, you've got 13 to run, and you've got 2 very, very fast and capable drivers closing in here for the battle for the race lead.
Back Hornets nest as drivers are swapping positions left and right. Meanwhile, Tolson is 2nd, Vickers 3rd, but Burrow still in 4th. But Salter and Connor New are battling side by side there. Good 3 wide action as you got Vickers into the wall. They almost went 4 wide coming off of turn 2.
Zimmer in the 20 car again, working to the top of the racetrack. Meanwhile, up front and still Scott Fritz leading with less than 12 to go. There's 11 to be exact. New to the inside on Salter. So it's a pair of 10s working side by side. Then to the outside, 10 plus 10. Well, that was 20 because they were 3 wide with Colton Zimmer. But now, here is Tyler Burrow. So it's a 4-car battle for positions 4, 5, 6, and 7. But 10 to go, and your leader in the 48 car, Scott Fritz.
Has a man. Back is Vickers. Secured that 4th spot, but Connor New looks like he's taking it over. But here comes Jason Salter to the inside of Connor New in turn number 3. Tyler Burrow running the middle line there momentarily as we come to 8 laps to go for Scott Fritz.
G. Fritz is inching closer to a main event victory here in the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models. No doubt, I'm sure he would be getting very, very nervous right now because we are less than a heat race distance away. It's 7 laps to be exact as he works down into turn number 1 and 2. And he's got 7/10 of a second, Steve. Look at Connor New now, up to position number 4. Remember, he finished 2nd in B main number 2. So he had to start position number 16. And he's found his way inside the top 5. He's almost going to go to a top 3 if he just continues to work to the bottom side. 3 wide in 1 and 2 in the middle.
The lead him off for that second. It is as roundabout over. It's on top 5 here in turn number 3. You look at Connor New to the inside. He's trying to get stick right up there on the bottom next to the tires. Brett, he just needs a little bit more grip, and I think he'll have it.
Well, with 3.5 to go, your leader by half a second is Scott Fritz in car number 48. Again, no doubt things will be going crazy in the Majula C Speed Shop camp if Scott Fritz was able to pick up a victory here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Tolleson, he wants to take that one away. Not only does he want to take the win away from him, but he's looking to get more points to the 10 car of Connor New, along with, Tolleson's back in 6th position. Fritz is in 7th. Here comes Connor New, found his way to position number 2. Now Vickers dies down to the inside. You've got a lap and a half to go, Steve. You start to dream for Scott Fritz.
Scott Fritz loves what he sees. Connor New takes a 2nd spot off of turn number 4. White flag is waving. 1 more to go here at dirt track in Charlotte. Connor Dew try to hold off Vickers there off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. The battle really is on for that third spot between Tolson and Vickers. But to the line, it's going to be Scott Fritz picking up the win. Connor Dew and Thomas Vickers in third. Hayden Tolson fourth. Jason Salter rounds out your top 5 here tonight.
Well, I cannot wait for this interview, Steve. This is going to be one for the ages. How about this? Let's take a look at your full field rundown. Scott Fritz is going to go to victory lane here at the dirt track at Charlotte in the Mountain View Plumbing Pro late models after round number 7 presented by Northwest Racing Association. Connor New comes home in second spot. Thomas Vickers third. Hayden Tolson fourth. Fifth, we'll go to Jason Salter. Dustin Price in sixth. Seventh was Paul Savino. Tyler Burrow in eighth. Ninth is Joseph Grady. And Colton Zimmer round out your top 10, Steve.
Coming up 12th. Dill salvage a 14th finish. She did. Michael Kennedy 18th. Tristan Simon in 18th. Andrew Olsen round out 21st. Cameron Casey.
Yeah, Cameron
Austin
Casey.
Good.
That's a shame for Cameron Casey. He had some good speed earlier on tonight.
Definitely did. Good 20 and 23rd. And Polster comes home.
Yeah, I know Darby. I know he's. I know Scott's about to talk our ears off, and yes, we know that Steve's just cutting out. But you know what it is. What it is. I think it's we're just going to blame it on the button. Anyhow, let's go chat to your third place driver here tonight in the number 23 car. It's Thomas Vickers. Thomas, congratulations on this third place finish here tonight. Boy, what a race this was. This was just entertaining right from the get-go.
It was a fun race. It was a harder fought third there. I think me and Tolson were kind of racing each other pretty hard, but it was a pretty fun race.
And what's it like to try and put 50 laps together around the dirt track at Charlotte, especially early on, because there wasn't really any one dominant fast line. Drivers were utilising this whole racetrack.
It was fun. It was very racy. I like that top line, but it was starting to get very thin up there and kind of bumpy. So you kind of had to hold on to it and hope it worked out for you.
Like when it's all said and done after 50 laps, you come home third place. Is there anything that you could have done differently to be, this 1 or 2 steps higher up on this podium?
I think restarts got me. I got back on the restart, lost a few spots. I think that's what killed me.
Well, Thomas, congratulations on a third place finish here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte, round number 7 of the Mountain View Plumbing Pro late models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Mate, before we let you go, we'll let you think of it involved on this 23 car.
I'd like to thank Outcast Racing, my boy Image on Twitch, y'all for the broadcast, and then Eddie for putting on the league.
There we go. Thomas Vickers, your third place finisher here tonight. Steve, you're going to catch up with the man that comes home second place tonight, the 10 car of Connor New.
Well, congratulations, Connor. He came from a LCQ, started in the back, and salvaged the second place finish tonight. Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't start far enough toward the front. I mean, we got killed in the heat race for no reason, and then he went and act like an idiot. But I don't know. We came up through the field in the B main and won it, and then I don't know. I was running 7th there with like 10 to go, and I just went to the bottom because I seen a couple guys behind me doing pretty good down there, and I started ripping on it, dude. And I don't know. I got by Vickers, and then Hayden messed up and got in the wall, and I got by both of them. So we were able to salvage second, and I don't know. Good points not for us.
Definitely a good points night. You're the points leader. You have 4 wins on the season. Definitely not disappointing, that's for sure. And how, winning 4 races, finishing second, how's this help set up the rest of your season?
I mean, it definitely helps running with these guys every week. I don't know, that helped me with points a lot, winning those 4 races. That I think I still got like my 2 drop weeks left. I had a sub last week, which he got 7th, which wasn't bad at all. So I don't know. I think tonight we might have locked the points went up, but I don't know. Hopefully we can go here the last 2 weeks and get 2 more wins or 2 more good runs. I don't know.
Definitely. Go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Gotta thank everybody at Majority Speed Shop, Evan, Blake, Chris, Mike, Sweet Victory Apparel, Tag 3 Defense, Tyler Barrow, Team CFM Esports, Gage Stevens Designs, you guys for broadcasting, Eddie for putting on the league and finishing the season out. And just gotta congratulate Scott on the win and Vickers on third.
All right. That's Connor Dew coming home in second place tonight. Brett's caught up with your race winner, Scott Ferret.
This could be the longest interview in the world. First off, I know he loves the sound of his own voice. Scott, you got the broadcast up, surely?
What's up?
Hey, buddy, congratulations on this victory. Boy, what a 50 laps this was from you in the 48 car.
Yeah, it feels. I mean, we've been terrible lately. I've just been in a slump, and seems like I either wreck or finish in the back. But I think we finally got the monkey off our back, put together good, consistent 50 laps, and came home with the win.
What was different about tonight compared to the previous week? Or previous weeks,
Oh,
I
I
should
don't know.
say.
We've just been on the struggle bus. Not even just not in this league, just everything. I've been just off. Finally hit on something. My pavement league went well earlier tonight, and then came home and finished it off with a big one tonight. I was just got on the top there and just started laying down consistent laps. And I saw Connor rolling the bomb there, and I told myself I wasn't moving because if I move, I'll start really messing up. We were being consistent on the top, so we turned out in our favor.
Mate, with 10 to go, the lead was about 7 to 8 tenths of a second. You had Hayden Tollison, who was right there in second spot in those last 10 laps. How much were you looking down at your relative, and how much were you sort of focusing on trying to hit your marks?
Yeah, I was looking at my relative there for a little bit, and I looked up in the mirror once, and Hayden had caught me there, and then I kind of stepped it up a notch. I was being really conservative because I didn't want to knock the wall down, and I stepped it up a notch and started hitting some consistent laps, and I just kind of told myself to just keep looking forward and not look backwards because that's when I'll start messing up. So just kept looking forward and brought it home.
You said you got the monkey off your back. What does this win mean to you and the team, knowing that you're the man you were the man to beat here at the Dirt Track and Challenge Pro Late Model Competition?
It definitely means a lot. I mean, the competition here is stout. I mean, Connor's one of the best on the sim. I mean, I know he started in the back, but Connor's one of the best on the sim right now. He's winning everything, and it's been a long time since I've won a league race, it seems like, because we've just been struggling here lately. So it means a lot, and hopefully we can keep it up.
No doubt, code Fritzy for 15% off is going to be going nuts over the next couple of days in social media.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Scott, congratulations on this victory here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models. Take some time. Thank everybody involved on this 48 car.
Yeah, obviously, Majority Speed Shop, Team CFM, Sweet Victory, 6-1 Media, Busy Corner Buggies, UNOH, High Performance C, and then obviously Eddie for sticking us through. I know Eddie going through a lot, but he's sticking us through and putting on a great league. And as always, Brett, you and Steve, best in the business in the booth. So thank you guys.
Scott, well done on the win. Go and celebrate, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, Brett.
There we go, Scott Fritz. I was just going to say that. You know what? It's about time that we see Scott Fritz won. A fan favourite.
Well, he cut it 10 minutes short, the interview.
Ah, okay. So that means we've got to talk for an extra 10 minutes. God damn, okay. All right, well, where do we want to go with this one? I'll tell you where we're going to go with. Let's have a look at the point situation and what is before coming into tonight. And again, we'll just go quickly and we'll recap what has been here, the 7th round of the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Series. We'll start it off with qualifying. Fastest qualifier was Hayden Tollison with a 14.595. He took the money, which inverted the heat races to 4. Heat race number 1 victory went to Matt George. He started on pole of tonight's 50-lap main event. Paul Savino, courtesy of the invert, comes home with a win in heat race number 2. And then for the third time, Scott Fritz, from the courtesy of that inversion, came away with a heat race number 3 victory as well. Then, of course, we had our 2 B mains. Jason Salter, along with Connor New, picking up the wins in those B mains. But when it's all said and done, it was Scott Fritz to walk away victorious. And if you think about it, Steve, other than qualifying, he was undefeated here tonight. He picks up the win in heat race number 3 and picks up the win in the feature race in a race that only took 23 minutes. Not bad for 50 laps around Charlotte.
Definitely not bad. It was good races, some breathtaking moments, and we saw some thrills and some spills and some unexpected violence, I guess. But at the end of the day, we made it all out alive.
And to think about this, Steve, as well, those first 10 to 15 laps before we had that first caution, I'll tell you exactly how many it was. It was 13 laps, and we got the first caution on lap number 14. During that 14 laps, it was 3, 4, 5 wide. That is almost unheard of at the dirt track at Charlotte. And I got to say, the last time I remember seeing 5 wide was going back to Eldora when I was with Joe White with some super late models.
Definitely.
All right, well, that's going to finish things up here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. Get the points off, and we'll talk about what is going to come here over the next couple of days. First off, with the Northwest Racing Association, tomorrow night it is the Bad Company Racing Pure Stock Street Stocks. They will be headed to the battle on the high banks at Lernerville Speedway for 40 laps, 10 o'clock Eastern. Joe White, OSRN, OSR Network will have the call for that one, so make sure you check out Joe White on the social media pages and support Joe and also support Eddie. That puts on not 1, not 2, not 3, yes, 4 league races this season in a mammoth effort to provide some great racing from super late models to big blocks to pro late models and street stock. So a big effort and a big hats off to Eddie. But for Ultimate TV Championship night tomorrow night from 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. In fact, make that 9:30 Eastern and 8:30 Central when Steve is going to be live. I'm going to be headed out to Dubbo. I'll be off to the Real Raceway. And we're going to chat to a couple of sprint car drivers over on Saturday. But tomorrow night, Down and Dirty Outlaw Pro Late Models presented by Speed Ranch. Steve, you'll have that call. And after what we've seen in Knoxville in the sprint cars early tonight, that should be a fun show for you.
Definitely. It's going to be a good show tomorrow night.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. Steve, I thank you so very much for saving me not only tonight but also tomorrow night. It's this Influenza A has really kicked my backside, but I'm looking forward to heading out to a real racetrack, and I look forward to tuning into Ultimate Dirt TV tomorrow night for the Pro Late Model Championship with the Down and Dirty Outlaws. Don't forget, like I said, Joe White, OSRN, Northwest Racing Association, Street Stocks from Lernerville, 10 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. But until then, on behalf of Steve McMillan and myself, Brett Wheeler, I'm signing off saying good night.